What's going on, guys? It's Manny Cabrera here, first live of the channel. I've been basically focusing on shorts. I was on the road to, let me turn this light on, man. This is my first time and like everything kind of broke. Like my fucking, the thing that's holding my phone broke and lighting isn't great. I never really shot this way. And most of the time I was shooting to the right of me, kind of at my desk here. And it's just easier because I can prop the phone up on things. And then like when I need to do that overhead shot that I do, it's just easy. It's easier than talking to the camera and having the right lighting and all this good stuff. Well, my name is Manny Cabrera. I'm shooting this channel live from the Capsule. I'm on my road to 500 subs. First, it was 50 videos, I want to say, was the unlock for me to go live. So this is what this is. It was a little bit of introduction, a little bit of trying to get used to talking to the camera, and seeing kind of how this works as far as like the interaction goes. Looking a little rough. I gotta get a lineup. But today what I'm gonna do is kind of my theory behind how I started it is kind of I drew a lot already. You know, I tattoo for a living and I understand and I have a love for the craft anyway. But you know, it's all about independent standardizing your creativity and standing out and still being able to do a solid tattoo, but being very hyper creative. And the way to do that is just to constantly art, you know, different mediums and kind of bring that back into tattooing. So I always used to draw a lot, and I found the prompt books really cool because it didn't give, you know, it helped me with what am I gonna draw, you know? I just drew. You know, I opened the book. It says astronaut. I draw an astronaut. It says Aladdin's lamp. I draw Aladdin's lamp. It's just easy. I don't post them all the time. I didn't post them all the time just because sometimes I'm not happy with what I did, even though they're really quick sketches and they're concepts and stuff like that. I see I have one person in here. I don't know who you are and I don't know how to check. Do I check this way? Or I'm not sure, but thumbs up. Thank you for the like. So I wouldn't do that, but I just, you know, I was always doing it. And I was like, you know, I've always been interested and, you know, very open-minded. And like, I realized that the teachers were really educated in the subject that they were teaching, because every time you teach it, you kind of realize where your weak points are. So, you know, me drawing and a lot of the times not from reference, I just kind of look at whatever it is that the prompt is and whatever my, you know, whatever I can conjure up in 10, 15 minutes, including like the camera work, is what I come up with. And it kind of shows me what I know, what I don't know. Do I understand the lighting of this? Do I understand the structure of this? Do I have to go do a little bit of research on this? And it also gets me really familiar with a lot of subjects. So when people come in and ask me for something, a dragon, they want a seashell, they want a seahorse, I can kind of draw it really quick on the spot. And hello, Luna Muna, how are you? Thank you for checking in. So I'm just explaining a little bit about my channel and kind of why I do what I do and why I want to do what I do. And it's super cool for me to create and be able to kind of share it. And it's just like my perspective on all of the imagery that's coming across. I'd like to include the audience at some point or another as well. And that's where this kind of comes in. But I also know that I'm going to learn a lot, or I feel like I'm going to learn a lot, because now I'm going to focus on, I'm drawing usually 5 days a week or so. So I'm drawing 5 days a week, early in the morning, and then I post those. And then throughout those, I either find what's most interesting, what got most engagement, and or what I had the most trouble with. And then I bring that back into a one long form video that week. And we kind of color it. we color it. Today, I'm running on about 5 minutes. I'm thinking about doing like a 20, 25 minute live. It's my first time. It's my first go. It's my first time talking on a camera with nobody here. And just hoping that it kind of goes over and you guys like what you see, I guess, or, you know, give me some feedback, drop something in the comments. I see people do this. I see people do this tattooing, but I feel like I couldn't because I'm so focused. I'm like so focused doing what I do. But yeah, so that's kind of the gist of it. And then with it being personalized, I'm sure that I'm gonna share some things about my life. I'm a father. We got a couple of kids. I'm married. I tattoo for a living, but I love to art. I love to create. I love to just learn new things. And I feel like everything is relative. Like and the more I think of it in those terms, uh, consciously and subconsciously, I start to see how things are just like interconnected and interrelated. A lot it happens throughout the mediums in art, but then you see it also in people's vibrations, people's attitude towards certain things that you do. Um, Demographics, you know, where people live, culture. I travel a little bit, so I can kind of see how people act different, but it's all just based on the structure and the patterns within that community of people, and that people play off of that. You don't have to say much. Are you the only one here? It seems like there's four people on here, and I got 4 likes. There was one time when there was 16 people on here, so that was crazy. Luna Muna, bye. I hope you're into art. I hope you're in art. Today's what I was gonna do today. Besides introduce myself, kind of hope that I would get some people on here so I can kind of explain my mission and understand what I'm going for right now. Right now, I'm just on the road to 500 subs, doing one prompt drawing every morning, usually Monday through Friday. I'm shooting for 5 a week. I do it anyway, usually for the most part. So I'm going to try to shoot for 5 a week. And then, depending on how busy my day is throughout it, I might do like a reflective video on the thoughts that I had about the drawing that I did earlier in the day. I think that's pretty cool. And sometimes I think about it and I'm just like, mommy, it's my son. I asked my wife, I know that I'm probably not going to be doing lives at around this time. It's 9:30 here. I'm in Florida. I'm probably not going to be doing lives around this time because it's very inconvenient. I have a family. So it's not like I'm not inconveniencing them, but everybody kind of wants something. When everybody's awake, everybody kind of wants something. Do you want you to do this? They want you to do that. Can you help me with the garbage? Can you help me with the kid? Can you help me with this? I usually right now, I wake up early. I usually wake up earlier than everybody else, 5:30, 6 a.m. I knock out workouts. I do some reading and reflecting, and then I do my drawing. And if I have to do some designing for the day, I do that. But I know that there's going to be no interruption. I know for a fact that nobody's going to bother me. Unless there's like a really big emergency, nobody's going to talk to me. Nobody's going to be like, hey, can you... And you really need that to get into that deep work. You really need to just find your workspace and the place where you need to be to get shit done. But all right, guys. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of focus my attention or your attention down onto the iPad, and I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna go and let's find the Mad Hatter, which I did recently. I found that was cool. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that's the Mad Hatter, and that's my Bob Ross. Some of my weights and stuff. My Bob Ross and my daughter's teddy bear. So the Mad Hatter. I am going to screenshot this. I am going to revise the line work, maybe liquefy a little something, maybe put maybe a few more strands in the hair and stuff like that, and then maybe color it. I haven't done the questioning as far as like I really wanted to bring you like the history of the Mad Hatter and all of that good stuff. So let's see if I can't get that done. All right, thank you guys for kind of just hanging out with me, getting to know me a little bit. This is like I said, my first live for live from the capsule, prompt drawing, and deep dives into subject matter produced off of prompts at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna move this camera a little bit so we can get the iPad to take a picture of the Mad Hatter, and then we'll be doing some line drawing and some stuff. Like I said, I'll be on here for 20-25 minutes. If I get it done and or close to done, that'd be cool. If not, you guys will see it along the way. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Here we go. So let's go. Let's go here. Bang. And then that should be good, I think. So let's do this. Bang. All right. So let's see what it do. Yeah, I think you guys will be able to check that out. I think you guys will be able to see that. So we got this. We'll go here. We'll go to Procreate. We'll add. We'll put that screen size in. Can you say that? Bang. Boom. We'll add a photo. Shazam, baby. And that's that. So I'm gonna do that and bang, 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 bang. I really like syrup. So like I said, I'm just going to kind of redo the line work on this thing. Bang, bang. Guys checking this out. Boom. No, circle, brother. So, like I said, usually how I want to play this out is I want to maybe be able to give you guys a little bit of breakdown on the Mad Hatter and like who created him, when was he first televised, like you know, who I know it's Alice in Wonderland, right, the Mad Hatter, but like pretty cool character. I don't even know what he really looks like besides like the things that I've seen in the movie. And I still kind of found him interesting. So that's why I kind of drew him. And we'll liquefy this a bit because it's kind of not right. So if we can't get, hey Siri, can you tell me something about the Mad Hatter?
The Hatter is a...
a fictional character, 1865 book of Alice in Adventures in Wonderland, and its 1871 sequel through Looking Through the Glass. It's a fictional character in Lewis Carroll's book. Who invented the Mad Hatter?
The Mad Hatter is a fictional character from the Disney animated film Alice in Wonderland. He is based on the character of the same name from the novel Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. He is a character who is known for his eccentricity, his love for tea, and his peculiar hat. This answer is from...
Bang. So there we go. Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go, guys. I don't know if that's even going to be usable, if I'm going to be able to do that and get away with it because I'm like using Siri. I know that through YouTube, there's obviously rules like copyright. There's been times where I like upload a video, and because there's like music to it or something, there's they don't play it, like the algorithm doesn't like it or something. And I get it, in this world you get paid for what you do. So a lot of those people that I'm taking this music from want to get paid for that. So I get it. I'm not upset. I'm just kind of learning kind of how that all goes right now. And once I do know that, I will be more apt to play by the rules. Hope you guys like the way this is coming out. Bang. So I'm just like kind of tracing what I did. Like I said, there's a couple of things that I am going to probably change and or add, and I think that's more more along the lines of the hair and kind of putting the webbing of the drool, that's in his mouth and stuff like that. But you guys can see how working with the iPad is cool because it allows you to erase really quickly, and you can kind of move things around, and it's cool. I was one of the first guys to kind of be like, oh, that's gonna be kind of cheesy because everybody can kind of trace and but now that I've had it for a while, and more than a while, it's been a long time that people have been using iPads to tattoo, but boom, so I'm kind of just doing bang. So I'm gonna go back to the face. Oh man. So yeah, guys. Let me see if I can get like kind of like a both. Oh no. Well, so that's kind of what I want to do. I want to like break down things and really get into learning these characters. And now I kind of know and I kind of knew already that the Mad Hatter was from the Alice in Adventures thing, but I didn't know that Lewis Carroll was the writer of that. And then like now, once I do the line work and stuff like that, which I'm gonna finish today, I am going to also find the original color scheme, and I'm probably gonna color this in. I might end up doing like a piece that's pretty cool, and I'll show it to you guys in either one of my shorts, one of my reflection videos, and or my live and or one long form content video that I'll be doing a week. So that right there is going to be my content schedule. As of now, we're gonna do one short prompt video every day, usually in the AM, one reflection short in the evening. This is kind of like a, it's an extra, but the prompt drawings are usually coming. And then I'm gonna do one live where I'm gonna interact with an audience and or take some feedback, see if you guys want me to draw something in particular. Is there something that you guys didn't like that you probably don't want me to do anymore? Anything you guys want to know? Any questions? Anything like that? And then we're gonna do the long form, which is gonna usually be me focused around doing more of a polished piece, more often than not taken from one of the drawings that I did in the prompts that either I had an issue with and or I was really excited about. Um, Thank you guys again. Manny Cabrera, live from the Capsule, on my road to 500 subs. Are you gonna ride with me? I'm gonna be dropping some heat. I'm gonna be learning along the way, and I hope you guys can join me. It's gonna be great. Nothing bad to be said about this journey. Appreciate you guys much. I'm gonna bring the screen back down to the iPad screen so you guys can see me finish up the line work. I'm using my iPad, my iPencil, Procreate as the program, and also using Syrup as the brush. With I have like 3 presets. I'm using like the biggest one right now. I really like it, and I usually do it in red, and sometimes I'll go over it in black or in green just to kind of really tighten it up, and then I'll do saturated and make it all black, and then I'll paint underneath it. And I'm gonna be learning a lot about digital art as well because I think the sketching is gonna be happening a lot in the pencil drawing. I also just did get new pencils. I'm not just gonna be doing like the random whatever fucking pencil I can find in the house. I have I'm going all the way from it's 2H all the way to 6B. So anybody who knows about pencils and graphite knows that that's kind of like a really hard pencil, which you kind of can get a lot of fine lines with. And then we go into like the darker pencils. I have the graduation of that whole lineup, and it allows me to just do better values and stuff like that. Appreciate you guys very much. Anybody who checked in, I didn't see how many viewers I got in its entirety. I don't know exactly how this works, if this is going to stay up on my channel, but everybody who tuned in, much appreciated. I'm going back to drawing on my iPad the Mad Hatter by Lewis Carroll, Alice in Wonderland, 1871, I want to say. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Drop a like, subscribe, and or comment. And I'll be getting back to it. I'm still going to color this piece. I really like this piece. Might have end up giving it up on my Instagram at a discounted rate and tattoo this piece. I appreciate you guys very much. Let's go back to the drawing. Bam. If you guys can see, I kind of hint at a lot of things, and I think that's where like maybe that's where I enjoy the drawing. And I'm not gonna say I enjoy it more than tattooing, but I can't really do that in tattooing. Like I don't see myself being able to kind of hint at something And then you get like, you get people that know about art, and they kind of get the gist of that, of like you hinting at things. But when you get somebody that's not into art and they're coming to get a tattoo, they want that line like in there. They want it, you know what I mean? If you're hinting at uh lion mane, they want every strand. You know what I mean? They don't want it to kind of look like there's a mane there. They want all of it, and they kind of sometimes don't understand that like less is more. Um, and it's nobody's fault, really. It's just perception. People have perception of what they assume to be beauty for them, and that's all cool. You know, that's all cool. But that's why I enjoy like doing the sketches, because I don't have to answer to anybody. I kind of just do it to the best of my ability, and this guy's missing a fucking neck. Just realized that. Kind of weird. Looks kind of weird without the fucking neck, but maybe if I do this and move this whole fucking shit down and then put a neck on him, that would be kind of cool. Or is that gonna look kind of fucking weird? No, I mean, at least it's fucking in there, you know what I mean? Like, even though, I like, per se, how this fucking, all this kind of came out right here, this whole neck area, but once I color it, that'll kind of be the last of what you look at. And let's throw some more fucking, and then we do that so we don't be looking at that shit too much. You figure deal me, dog. Bam. And this is what I talk about when I say like, oh yeah, and I usually hit it again. Well, this I'm probably gonna fucking hit this again because it's not looking cool. But it's all good, man. It kind of takes time, Doing the art thing kind of takes time and shit. But I'm almost done with the preliminary line drawing. We'll see kind of how that looks when I take that bottom one off, just throw that same fucking that I had in there, This one will throw a little flower and shit. Garbage, trash ass flower. Never gonna do that. Not that much better, but it's all fucking good. I'll end up perfecting this. Winds down like that. So bang. So then we get rid of this bottom layer. And that's kind of what we got, man. Well, let's jump up here and let's throw some cross hatching in here. And I'm gonna do it without the other one in there, just to kind of give myself reassurance that I don't know, dude. That I know what the fuck I'm doing, and that I don't need to I don't need the fucking reference. I can kind of do my own fucking thing and make it make sense. If I need to. So that there is a rough one of the Mad Hatter again. I just kind of traced it and see what the issues were. The issues are definitely a little in this mouth. We got no neck here going on, and I want to see kind of where I want to put some striations for that hair, so I can like chunk it up, block it up. Liquefy this hat. I want, that's that shading. I want this hat to kind of be a little flatter up here, dude. Seems kind of off. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. So kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, some shit like that. Not too fond of whatever the fuck's happening over here with this hat, but bang. So that's just the line work, rough line work. I'm gonna kind of redo that all over again. Like I said, probably in a black syrup. And then also what I'm going to promise is that I'm going to color this in original colorway. Mad Hatter. Alice in Wonderland. And, we're all a little fucking crazy. We all got a little humor in us. We all kind of think everything we do is right. And that's kind of what the Mad Hatter's kind of like. That's the gist I get. Sums it up pretty quickly. Let me go ahead and move this. I'm going to move this. I appreciate you guys. And bang. I want to say that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, everybody, for watching live from the capsule on the road to 500 subs, one prompt at a time. Feel free to jump in the comments, subscribe, like. See you guys on the next one. Look out for the full first long form content. I'm probably going to base it around the Mad Hatter as well, I think, because I kind of owe to kind of finish this, but it's not going to always be that way. I'm going to kind of find that format of what it is that I am going to bring individuality to both streams. I kind of want them to be a little bit different. I don't think that that would be fair to you guys, unless you want that, and that's where you guys will pitch in. That I do the live on one drawing and then like continue it on that long form. If there's any other questions, if there's anything that you guys would like to know, is there anything that anyone can suggest for my road to 500 subs? I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Have a great night. Have a great Saturday. Peace, love, respect, and let's grow 500 subs.